Breaking news regarding the $2,000 stimulus check. Headlines are stating that there is a new roadblock to get this approved. That's the subject of today's video, guys. If you like these updates, please like and subscribe. I will keep you posted as things develop. Now, obviously, President Trump has promised this $2,000 stimulus check. He actually doubled or tripled down this week, just in the last 24 hours, again saying that he should expect this $2,000 check to be approved. Let's discuss exactly what he said and what this roadblock is to get this stimulus check done. So President Donald Trump's proposal to send $2,000 stimulus checks to American households using revenue from tariffs has been met with pushback from key Republican lawmakers. Let's take a look and see who that is and exactly what they're saying. Now, despite concerns from senior Republicans, Trump has insisted the plans will go ahead, telling a U.S. Saudi investment forum in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday, just in the last 24 hours here, quote unquote, we're going to be doing a dividend for low and middle income people of at least $2,000. So he's been saying this online on Truth Social. He's been saying this in meetings he's having with various people, and he continues to do so. So he is not playing around with this. I think there's a lot of skepticism around this check. A lot of people think it's similar to the fourth stimulus check that we talked about a few years ago that never happened, or even that Doge stimulus check, which I personally didn't cover, but a lot of people online were. I knew the Doge check was never going to happen. You just kind of get a sense for these things. But Trump is really spearheading this. And again, I'm not a fan of Trump. I actually dislike the man, to be quite frank with you, but I do like the idea of getting these stimulus checks approved. Now, it is the latest sign of divisions between the White House and the GOP controlled Congress and may indicate Trump's weakening authority on the Hill. I personally don't think that's the case. I think, for better or worse, Republicans fall in line behind Trump. I actually think it's for the worse. I think it's insane, the stuff that they let him get away with. But the fact is, I really don't think this is any kind of a sign of a weakness. If anything, it's posturing, and Republicans are probably going to approve the check. They're just going to want pork, right? Like we always talk about pork. That one massive bill gets done every year. This year it was the tax plan they did. They throw a bunch of crap in there, and they posture. They say, "No, we're not going to approve the stimulus check," but then you give them what they want, and they include the check. Now, let's take a look and see exactly what is happening and what this potential roadblock is. Now, Trump's stimulus check plan has emerged as a focal point in discussions about the cost of living, federal deficits, and the use of executive authority in an election cycle marked by economic concerns. Now, with the midterm elections coming here in the next 12 months or so, a little bit less, basically, there's a playbook now that officials have been using. Democrats used this in 2021. Right after President Biden won, they promised that third stimulus check. If they were able to get a majority control in the Senate, they got that majority by the hair on their chin, and then they gave that check. So obviously, Trump's trying to do the same thing here. And there's even some rumors that Trump is considering trying to find a way to do it through executive action. Now, common sense says that that's bullcrap. He shouldn't be able to do that, right? Congress needs to approve, they have the power of the purse. But obviously, Trump is known for doing whatever the hell he wants. And with this current Supreme Court, quite frankly, I wouldn't be shocked if they let him do it. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to have to go through Congress. In any case, lawmakers are pushing for congressional sign off, but the White House has indicated they are looking for ways to deliver the policy using executive action. Now, the proposal's reception in Congress and the question of its legality could affect millions of Americans and influence the midterm elections, as we just spoke about here. Now, on November 9th, Trump, just to circle back here, when he originally, not originally, he mentioned this many months ago, I think 4 or 5 months ago, but when he really started hammering in this hard again was November 9th. He wrote on Truth Social that a dividend of at least 2,000 per person, not including high income people, will be paid to everyone, saying that tariff revenue collected under his administration expanded trade policies would fund the stimulus. Now, he argued that tariffs have generated trillions of dollars for the US, and the country had become wealthier and more financially resilient as a result. That's actually false. I believe it's on the order of 2 to 300 billion at this point, give or take, not even 300. Also, trillions is an exaggeration, but it should be enough for a stimulus check. Now, here is a potential roadblock. Now, top Senate Republicans, however, have spoken out against the idea, favoring deficit reduction over direct payments. And let me know if you have a guess as to who this is. Same guy that always is against them. I think it would be crazy to send money to the people while we have a deficit. This is Republican Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky. House Budget Committee Chair Jody Arrington said he told Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent in a Wednesday meeting that he favored tariff revenue being put toward driving down the deficit rather than state handouts. Trump's initial message did not clarify who would qualify for the payments, how the checks would be distributed, or the timeline for the implementation. White House reps later indicated that the proposed payouts could take the form of a tax abatements or credits, referencing deductions on tips, overtime, Social Security, and auto loans passed in earlier legislation. Let's read that again. White House reps later indicated that the proposed payouts could take the form of tax abatements or credits, referencing deductions on tips, overtime, Social Security, and auto loans passed in earlier legislation. Now, if they wanted to do something through taxes, I believe that would have to go through Congress as well. You can fact check me on that, but I think Trump's going to have a hard time doing that through executive action. But that's essentially the roadblock, guys, here. We have some top Republicans, Rand Paul, who's been around for decades. Then we have House Budget Committee Chair. This is someone who has heavily influence in crafting the budget, which is the budget reconciliation that gets done every year. Jody Arrington, he said he's opposed to it as well. So we're going to have to keep a close eye on these two here, Rand Paul and Jody Arrington. Most likely, they're going to continue to say they're against it. Eventually, they're going to ask for something they want to be included in that bill. In my opinion, they're going to get whatever that is, and then they're going to approve that stimulus check, guys. But as I've said before, I expect this to take at least 6 months, most likely a little over 12 months, because I do think that Republicans are going to do effectively going to use the same playbook Democrats did in 2020, where they're going to promise that stimulus check if they're able to maintain control in the Senate. If they win, they're going to go ahead and approve those checks. Kind of ironic because Republicans blame Biden for inflation for approving that third stimulus check, but now Trump is pushing for the exact same thing. So let me know your thoughts on that, guys. Quite personally, I don't care in regards to inflation with these stimulus checks. The government spends an insane amount of money on ridiculous things that drive up inflation, including printing hundreds of billions, if not trillions of dollars per year, which drives up inflation. So why not give the people the damn money? Let me know your thoughts on that, guys. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe. I'll keep you posted as things develop. And if you're interested in connecting with me one-on-one, my email is going to be in the description of this video. If you would like a financial peace plan, I will help you learn how to manage your money to find financial peace, whether that's increasing your income, potentially passive income, lowering your bills, or finding help through government programs. I used to live paycheck to paycheck and I have found financial peace myself. So send me an email, small fee, usually a couple $100, we could work something out. But thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.